What a tangled web we weave when first we practice to conceive. A program that will inform, educate, and entertain, promising to continue in that vein. We much appreciate the awards and the favorable critique. By the way, my name is Alvin King. I'm Alvin King. I'm Alvin King. I'm Alvin King. I'm Alvin King. And this is We Speak. Chris, I know that you grew up in a family where your mom was extremely supportive, or your family was extremely supportive of you, and Riley grew up in a family where she didn't have that support or that same type of relationship that you have. Given that you two are really, really close friends, how are you there for each other in that particular situation?
Well, I've known what Riley's gone through her entire life, and the thing that I've always told her, and I think when we've had our conversations, is that she is a wonderful person, and she can't let what happened to her in her past determine her future.
My name is Riley Knox.
You know what's really funny is I've lived like two lives, but I am 100% different than I was 11 years ago when I made my transition. For most people that don't know, I'm transgender. But I'm happy to report that my mother and I mended our relationship, and we are like good girlfriends now.
Billionaire Donald Trump recently came under fire for his comments about Mexicans. In 2011, fashion designer John Galliano was fired from Christian Dior following his arrest at a Parisian cafe for allegedly making anti-Semitic remarks. Republican staffer Elizabeth Lawton loses her job after making a verbal attack against President Obama's daughters. And now, comedians are being asked to tone down their material just to get a joke. Are we turning into a band of crybabies where we won't be spoken to unless it's in the way that deem appropriate? Today's show is all about looking back into 2015 and what a year it was. From the trials and tribulation of America's disgraced TV dad, Bill Cosby, to Rachel Dolezal's black versus white moment. From the confinement of the Kentucky clerk, Kim Davis, to the birth of Caitlyn Jenner. Any one of your friends was to, if they were asked to describe you as a friend, what would they say?
It's just some things that you just don't say.
People take on situations that have nothing to do with them moving forward in life.
I often pray for balance. God gave us 24 hours in a day, which means that there's enough time to do all the things that you need to do if you keep Him first.
Hey, I'm Richie Scott.
Last season, we did a show called Pop Quiz where we touched on the different aspects of social media. I want to get more specific about some things that appear on social media. Basically, open up a dialogue about things that should appear and the things that definitely should not appear. In part one of this subject, we asked, is your relationship a perfect blendship? Now we're inquiring of how you relate, a subject that's open to debate. Tonight we're going to talk about being faithful. And we're going to talk about it in the relationship sense. And so my panel and I are here today to let you know how we feel.
Anytime you get into a relationship, I mean, dating is one thing, but like once we sign on the dotted line, then we make those rules together.
For example, I expect you to be in this house by 3 o'clock if you go out and have a party. Living within those defined parameters of the relationship. For each person, it might be different.
Well, he said 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
I think it's a party all night. Good day, I'm Shayna Taylor.
You speak, they speak, I speak.
And my niece looked at me and said, but we've only known an African-American or black president.
The price of being beautiful is $1 billion industry. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. I woke up like this.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and our studio audience to We Speak. Panel, have you adapted to dating online apps? Or I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Have you adapted to the apps and online process that comes along with it?
It's kind of like picking an Instagram filter. You just choose which one you want.
See something on the menu you want. That's what you pick. That's who you hit up. That's what you work with for a couple days until you stop communicating with that person, and next week you pick someone else.
I'm sorry that she's your sister, but you're still a skanky.
There seems to be an unrealistic ideals portrayed in the pop culture that are creating unattainable goals for the youth and adults alike. We live in a world of airbrushing and false beauty ideals. Would you consider that healthy living?
If you put me on the cover of a magazine, don't put me up there without airbrushing.
No, for all you frequent flyers, if you were really listening to what's going on with the TSA, but they had a 95% failure rate.
But when they have you put your hands up and they wand you through the whole thing, now I want to know what the heck they're looking at.
Genitals.
Then I should have got caught. Hi, I'm Ernest Collins.
What's your general reaction to someone who sends you nude pics to your cell phone?
I had someone send me a text message, and it was just, good morning. And it was a picture. So I'm like, it's a phallic symbol. It's just, it's it. Good morning. And I'm like, So the first thing I sent back was, this is Shayna. Did you mean to send this to me? Because I didn't ask you to see this. I never had a conversation with this person about wanting to see it. And he said, yeah, I just wanted to brighten your day.
That doesn't brighten anybody's day.
Are there any sexual fetishes that have become too socially acceptable in your opinion?
Absolutely. I think when we look at how the media has clung to this 50 Shades of Grey, this 50 Shades, the whole, what is it, BDSM something? What is it? Something like that.
BDSM.
I got it right. Okay. Not like I know about it, but I got it right. I read about it.
I hate to see women's panty line.
Man's inhumanity to man, its flaws and its foibles, all the colors of the rainbow and all the shade that grows.
Today, anybody can have a child, but it takes a special person to be a mother.
Are y'all okay? Michael says it's hot in there.
It's hot as hell
It's hot.
in here. It's so hot, my fingers are swollen. I've had to switch my ring to the other finger.
And I got a sweater on, it's sticking to my wrist.
Shayna is even hot. She's got sweat trickling down the side of her open boob.
I'm juicy over here. I'm dripping.
Okay.
Make that thing go drip. Drop.
I absolutely love who I am today. I always crack up when I think about myself, well, my younger self, but not so much younger because I'm still so young. But don't you know, like, when somebody likes you or doesn't like you or they're interested, don't you know that?
Like, I guess it's just difficult because we communicate all the time, we talk all the time. But, like, and I think he knows that I like him, but he's just not at a point where he can be in a relationship.
I think he knows. I think
He's just not that into you.
He knows. He may not be.
He's just not that into you.
And I don't understand why.
And until we see each other, and we look forward to seeing you again, and until we meet again when next we speak.